Hi, my name is Will Leach, author of Marketing to Mind States, and this is your Mind State Messenger. You know, over the last 5, maybe even 10 years, storytelling has become all the rage as it comes to building your brand or building marketing strategies that really get people to listen, care, and act. And I think a lot of people just take it for granted that we must be storytellers. But some of you may find that hard to do. You don't know anything about storytelling. So in today's Mind State Messenger, I want to talk a little bit about storytelling and why it's so important for you to use storytelling and how you can use it. So the first thing I think we got to understand is storytelling is less psychological and it's probably a little bit more biological almost, right? So storytelling is central to human existence and your business. Now, why is that? Well, it's because stories provide the brain recognizable patterns, and in those patterns, we find meaning in the world around us. Without stories, when you see different things in nature, when you see different things in your environment, when you see people do things, if you don't have stories, it's very difficult for you to find a pattern and therefore meaning behind certain actions. And the same thing holds true to your customers, because we all use stories to make sense of the world, and we can share that understanding with others. So if you as a business are using storytelling, your customers can understand what you're doing and they can make meaning around your company, because we are all programmed to build stories. And I want you to know that it's not just storytelling for the sake of storytelling in any way you want to. Storytelling actually has scientific structures. People have been measuring and thinking about storytelling for thousands of years. In fact, I think even Socrates was one of the first people to come up with a basic story structure. I'm not sure about that, but I think that sounds about right. But there are a couple of books I want to share with you that you may want to use if you want to become a better storyteller and ultimately make your marketing clearer and more meaningful. So the first one is a great book. It's from Donald Miller and it's called Building a Story Brand. Really good about how to structure your messaging, and it's through the lens of storytelling, where it's a very successful way of building story into all of your marketing and your website, etc. Now, another one is 20 Master Plots by Ronald Tobias. I've been using this for a number of years here because this also gives you a series of basically 20 plots that the human mind just kind of knows now. We kind of generally see these plots happen so many times that when we see a story that's built around one of these plots, we instantly understand what we're going to be doing. And lastly is a third one, which is The 7 Basic Plots by Christopher Booker. Tons of academic research in this, but basically says that there are only 7 major plots that have been in storytelling forever. So again, when you use scientific structure, your stories become more meaningful and instantly recognizable. And when things are instantly recognizable, we're drawn towards that. So here's some key takeaways. First, stories are natural to process information. So I want you to use them. Use them as much as you can, as a matter of fact. Use them everywhere you can, even if you think that whatever it is that you have is not really meaningful, it's boring. Use stories, because the mind psychologically and subconsciously is gravitating towards stories versus data and facts, right? So if you want to make your marketing clear, compelling, and memorable, use stories and the structure of storytelling. And lastly, not a small point for you to realize is that in marketing, we oftentimes make ourselves the hero. We're the business, right? And we want to show you all these great things we can do to save you. But in no story is the hero more kind of important than the customer. Your customer is the hero of their own story. So when you tell them about how you are the hero and here's all the products and services you can use to save them, you diminish their role in their own story. So just remember that your customers are the hero. You are the utility belt, or Batman's utility belt. You are there to service and help them, but they are the superhero. They are, in fact, the hero of their own story. So understanding the science of storytelling and how to integrate this storytelling into your marketing strategies is a smart step towards growing your brand using behavioral science. When you use story in your marketing is going to be more compelling, more memorable, and certainly you're going to feel more intuitive to your customers. Hopefully you're going to use storytelling in the future and grow that business using behavioral science. If you enjoyed this email, forward it to a friend and consider joining the Mindstate Marketing Facebook group called the Mindstate Marketing Society to engage with other fans who want to grow their business using behavioral science. And if you want to see more of these types of videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Mindstate Group, and listen to our weekly podcast, The Mindstate Marketing Hour, on all major podcast platforms.